Today, we're going to be talking about 5 inexpensive yet stellar fragrances in my collection that I consider perfect for this spring season. Stay tuned. First up, a fragrance that I found in a local TJ Maxx, Two's Man. And this fragrance is a citrus, woody, yet aromatic style fragrance. It has green notes. It's a white floral, fresh, spicy. It's earthy and a bit sweet. And the earthiness is actually what attracts me most to this fragrance because I like fragrances that are a bit different. And although this is a citrus style fragrance, this actually is very, very good. I absolutely love this fragrance. Let's get into a bit of the notes. First up, this was launched in 2016. The nose behind this fragrance is Benoist La Pouza. And the top notes are grapefruit and orange blossom. Middle notes are gaiac wood and mint. Base notes are vetiver and tonka bean. If you can find this at a rack store or online at a decent price, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Two's Man. Another fragrance that I picked up at a TJ Maxx from the house of Lacoste. And I am not really a huge Lacoste fan. I've seen one, maybe 2 other reviewers in the past talk about this specific fragrance. And I saw it. I believe this was the same rack store that I found the Two's Man from. But I saw this one. There was not much else on the shelves that piqued my interest. And so I grabbed this one. And I was quite surprised by this fragrance. Now, although the cap I'm going to show you in a few minutes is very, very cheap, the fragrance itself is very, very good, perfect for spring. It is Lacoste Essential. And what I was telling you about the cap, one day I was about to apply and I pulled the cap and it came apart. And as you can see, they tried to glue this thing on with this glob of glue, and it just isn't working. And so you have to take the cap off and then, yeah. But anyway, not a bad atomizer. You really can't see it, but this also is another aromatic style fragrance, very citrusy, fresh, spicy. Like I said, it's green, woody, a bit fruity. It's also a warm, spicy. It has patchouli and rose. And although the rose is not as prominent in this fragrance to my nose as it is in most others, I definitely love this scent. Lacoste Essential is a woody aromatic fragrance, and it was launched in 2005. The nose behind this fragrance is Laurent Gruyere, and the top notes are bergamot, cassia, tomato leaf, and tangerine. Middle notes are rose and pepper. Base notes are patchouli and sandalwood. This is not a bad fragrance whatsoever, and I highly recommend this one for spring and summer. Day wear, both of the first 2 that I've just shown you, of course. But you can wear these anytime you want. It's your choice. But I highly recommend Lacoste Essential. At the right price, of course. At the number 3 spot, a fragrance that I first came into the fragrance community, or the fragrance game, I should say. And a lot of people were talking about this specific fragrance. And one day I just decided I was going to go ahead and order it when I was ordering fragrances from Fragrance X. And this one I actually dropped, I believe, in a video once. And and it has the chip still in it. But from the house of Carolina or Carolina Herrera, this is Chic for Men. And this fragrance may be basic to a lot of people, but I absolutely love this scent. Not a bad atomizer at all. Smells fantastic, guys. This is a warm, spicy, fresh spicy, citrus, ozonic, aquatic. It's aromatic, woody. It has cinnamon. It's powdery and has amber. You can get away with wearing this fragrance in the winter. It says spring and summer and fall. So this is an all-season fragrance, day or night. So this one actually gets the job done no matter what. A lot of people don't like this fragrance because it is not as strong as they would like it to be. And I'm one of those people who like strong fragrances, but I cannot get enough of this one in particular. This fragrance was launched in 2003 and is a woody, spicy fragrance for men, created by Carlos Benaim, Rosendo Matu, and Jean-Marc Chalian. Top notes are one of my favorite notes, watermelon. Another one of my favorite notes, cardamom, lemon, bergamot, and mandarin orange. Middle notes are pepper and cinnamon. Base notes are sandalwood, which gives it its ultra creaminess, tonka bean, musk, amber, and cedar. And as you can see, a bunch of notes, but yet a fantastic style fragrance, and I highly recommend you at least give this one a try. Chic for Men by Carolina Herrera. Next up, a very surprising fragrance. I was at a Marshall's I was in a Burlington, I was in a Burlington in Jacksonville, Florida, some time back. And I was perusing the fragrance section, and I didn't see anything that was, eye-catching once again. So I was on the next aisle over, and it was like a little clearance section where you can find shampoos, deodorants, a whole host of things that they've marked down. And I started seeing these fragrances sitting on the shelf. And so I started grabbing some of them, and they weren't in security cases, but you pick them up, spray them, or open the box, spray them, whatever. And I found this particular fragrance, and as soon as I picked it up and sprayed it, the first thing I did when I picked it up, I took it out of the box, and I noticed that it had a magnetic cap, which was a plus. So I was already intrigued. And then I sprayed the fragrance. The atomizer is great. The bottle design is pretty nice. Heavy glass. And it's from a company that I have heard of before, but not for cologne. And it's called The Art of Shaving. And this is Green Lavender Cologne Intense. And I've talked about this fragrance plenty of times over. This is not my first bottle. This is actually a second bottle. The first bottle that I had of this, I wore it a couple of times, and I was taking a battery to get, this is the part where a lot of people are probably going to tune out because they don't like my stories, but I was taking a car battery as I was on my way to work to Advance Auto to get it charged. And I walked in, and the guy who was helping me was like, "Man, whatever that is you're wearing, that smells really good." He was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Well, it's called Green Lavender. I just bought it." And he said, "Man, my dad has expensive colognes, man, and none of them smell as good as yours." And I was kind of curious as to what kind of fragrances his dad had, but I didn't ask. But I said, "Hey, man, if you like it so much, I only paid a few dollars for it. I said, you can have this bottle. I'll just go back and get another one." So I gave him that bottle, and I went back and picked up this one. And as I said, magnetic cap, atomizer is really good. And this fragrance It's almost like a shaving cream. Like after you've just had a fresh shave, a shaving cream is really smooth. It is a bit spicy, very aromatic. It's citrusy, it's green. Has lavender in it. It's very calming. If you ever see this fragrance in a Burlington or anywhere, and it's marked down at a reasonable price, because I'm not sure what you're gonna pay at the Art of Shaving's website or store, but I think I paid like maybe between 10 and $15 for this, which wasn't bad for what I got. This is a phenomenal fragrance, guys. Trust me. If you like those almost fougere style fragrances, this is definitely right up that alley. You can wear it in the winter. There's a little bit of a notch there. Perfect for spring, summer, and fall. Mostly day, but you can wear this at night. And it was launched in 2016. It's a citrus aromatic fragrance for men. And top notes are bergamot and orange. Middle notes, lavender, mint, and rosemary. Base notes are cypress, moss, and tonka bean. And this is a sleeper fragrance. If you have not gotten your nose on this fragrance in particular, because I have not seen any other ones, if the Art of Shaving has any other fragrances, but this one is to die for, guys. If you have not gotten your nose on this and you get a chance to, please do so. I don't care if you have to go to the Art of Shaving store, which I believe there is one in Jacksonville, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But if you get a chance to go in a store, definitely check out Green Lavender Cologne Intense. Guys, at the number one spot, and I had a hard time choosing between the Art of Shaving Green Lavender and this one, which one should go in the number one spot. But I feel that this one is a bit more inexpensive than the other four I talked about, which is going to be right up some people's alley, the ones who don't want to spend a whole lot of money on fragrance. But this one I bought from Ross, and I talked about it a bit. That video didn't get a lot of views, and I understand why. A lot of people don't really care a lot about cheapy fragrances anymore. Some people do, but I really didn't care for this fragrance when I found it. I sprayed it, I smelled it, and I was like, meh. But I sprayed it on my arm just to test it, and when I got home, I let my girlfriend smell it, and she absolutely loved it. And I didn't care for it, so I took it back. And once I took it back, she just kept talking about it. She kept talking about it. And it made me go back and get it. I'm like, well, dang, if she likes it this much, I should just wear it just for her. And so I went back and got it, and lo and behold, I ended up liking it. This one is called Solid Sapil for Men. And it is super inexpensive. I got this, like I said, at Ross, and it was $12.99. What I paid for it. And the atomizer is not the best, but it's okay. But it's all about the scent and the juice inside. The bottle presentation is not bad. Some people aren't going to like the atomizer how it's built in, but I absolutely do love the scent. My girlfriend loves it even more than I do, so I on occasion will spray this on out of the shower. But I have worn it a time or two outside of that. And it's not a bad fragrance at all, guys. It's very clean. Super fresh. It is citrusy. It has some woods. It's a bit musky, warm, spicy, powdery. Not a lot of powdery, but just enough. I know a lot of guys don't like a lot of powdery scents. I'm not big on a lot of powdery scents myself. But this one is not bad at all. Let's look at the notes. So this is an aromatic fougere for men. Launched in 2007. Top note, citruses, Mid note, spicy notes, base notes are woody notes and musk, and you can't get any more basic than that, guys. I mean, they didn't go into any detail about the citruses. They should have told us whether it was lemon, orange, you know, pineapple, something. They just said citruses. For the spicy notes, they didn't say, you know, chili peppers or, you know, peppercorn or whatever. They just said spicy notes. Woody notes, pretty basic, and musk. Doesn't even tell us who made the fragrance. Perfect for spring, perfect for summer, day wear, some night wear, depending. Definitely, if you're looking for something inexpensive, guys, if you see this one in Ross, definitely pick it up and give it a try. If you like the fougere style fragrances, like I said, once again, this is right up that alley. Very clean, very fresh, very citrusy, musky. Can't beat it, guys. I mean, this is very good, trust me. Well, that is my list, guys. If this is content that you think you would be interested in, then definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon for notifications, like these videos, share these videos, and definitely be active in the comment section. Here is to smelling great, guys. I'm out.